evening, parents of the West Shore School District. So here we are, May 19th, the night before primary day. And I'm going to encourage everybody tomorrow's primary day to get out to those polls and vote. If you want to bring back common sense to the West Shore School District and common sense policy and common sense curriculums, get out there tomorrow and vote, vote, vote. The polls open at 7, they close at 8. Let your voice be heard. Say enough is enough, and we need to finish cleaning out the West Shore School District. And I encourage you for Region 2 to vote for Mrs. Kelly Brent and for Region 3 for Mrs. Sandra Gonzalez. But let me share with you something that happened today. So I'm at work, right? And my my cell phone starts binging and banging. I'm like, what in the world? And I'm informed that Teri Mickle's team is having a meltdown. Okay. Their heads on fire. And I'm like, well, what's going on? Well, it seems that somebody created a yard sign, okay, with facts about Terry Mickle. And so, yeah, they're having all sorts of meltdowns saying this is not true. This is horrendous. They're slandering her, et cetera, et cetera. So let's take a look at what this board says. So here's the yard sign. So it says, who is Teri Mickle? She's a member of West Shore United. Well, West Shore United, for whoever created this yard sign, which I thank you because I think it was masterful. Um, they changed their name to West Shore Unified. Okay. Um, a member of West Shore Unified, an anti-parent, anti-education, pro-Marxist organization. Okay, which they are. And we have looked at their webpage many a times, and we have been able to prove that that statement right there is accurate. Supports maximum school taxes. That is correct. I was in the school board meeting when they were voting the taxes in, and she was disappointed that they did not tax us to the max. And she herself stated that she wished they would have taxed to the max. So that is correct. So she has no problem in breaking your back, with taxes. Endangers female athletes. That is correct. She was against the policy that would protect girls, okay, from having boys invade their sports. Supports big government. That is correct. Prioritizes woke programming over education. I would have to say that's correct because a lot of the organizations that are backing her up are about woke programming and bringing more of this woke nonsense into our schools, okay? And basically programming our kids because that is what they're doing. Against parental rights and parental choice. That is correct. We have heard Teri in the meetings and even in her videos being against cyber school. Cyber school bad, cyber school bad, cyber school bad, cyber school bad, which is her main talking point. Okay. And parents that have their children in cyber school should take offense to that because that is your choice whether you want the kids in the public school system, homeschool them, cyber school, or private school. That is definitely your choice. And what she nor Adam Trong, nor Tierney, nor Cambick, nor Guys White are offering is a solution to the bleeding out of our children for the reason that we have our kids, going to cyber school. And the reason is very simple. We have an ineffective school administrator. So because of his inefficiencies, okay, because he's unable to protect them from bullying, make sure that they're achieving what they have to achieve scholastically, um, stopping the violence, being truthful. Parents have had enough by an ineffective administrator that can't solve any of the problems, and they pull their kids into cyber school and they pull them out of the public education. But she is very, very against parental rights and parental choice. Fights against the Red Land Project. Fights against the Red Land Project. Yes, she does. Have you seen all her cronies, okay, talking about the Red Land Project and calling it a stadium? This is one of them. Calling it a stadium. It's not a stadium, it's a field. Learn the difference. We're going to need to send these people, images and pictures of the difference of both and a dictionary. Okay. And this lady goes as far as saying that we already have projects of repairs that needs to be done, which is correct. And now they want a stadium. No, this is first of all, this is not a stadium. Far from a stadium, and there's grant money being used. Okay, to make this stadium come to fruition. A stadium that the kids of Redland deserve, and Mary Terry Pickles or Teri Mickles is against. Obviously against her and the people that she associate with herself, herself with. Now, in reference to this list of repairs is accurate. But what this lady here is failing to say that these issues have been in the West Shore School District way before the new board members came in. And the former school board and the former president, okay, they ignored all this. Now it's coming forth because they don't want the Redland Project. So Teri Mickle and her people are fighting hard against the Redland Project. I can't talk today for some reason, but they are fighting hard against the Redland Project. Um, Supports the education industrial complex most definitely. Now, who created this? Listen, you're my hero. Okay, you're my hero. I had to laugh. Okay, Teri Mickle not a viable option. Correct. She's not a viable option. Wrong for our kids. Wrong for our schools, and wrong. I would have added wrong for any public office. Our children deserve better, and they do. So May 20th, that's tomorrow, say yes to Kelly Brent in Region 2 because we could no longer have, okay, these kind of people taking positions that number one, they're not qualified for. All they're doing is, indoctrinating our kids and trying to bring in more woke agendas and their politics into our schools. Because it's not the conservative board bringing in their politics, and it's not the conservative parents, it's this group of people right here that you're seeing. Okay. And to be against the Redland Project, these kids deserve to have their feel. They've been waiting for decades for this. For decades. And this field, this project must come to fruition. The Redland community cannot continue to be underserviced. They deserve, okay, a field. They are taxpayers like everybody else. So, yes, I this really gave me a tickle today. Now, in Region 3, guys, we do have Mrs. Sandra Gonzalez, okay, who is running against Guy White. And she put out some truths that I heard his head exploded, and the head of these people that support Teri Mickle also support him because they are running on the same slate, on the same ballot. He says he's a conservative, but he's being funded by Democrats. Go figure that out. But there's something here that she said is true. 16 years of incompetence, out of control spending, voted for 2024 huge tax hike, the one of the highest. And on his watch, we even winded up having transgender bathrooms without the knowledge of the parents. So they are going over your rights, parents. They're not even consulting you. They're doing whatever they want to do. So it is time for us to rein in this out of control district. And the way of doing it is voting the right people in. So for Region 3, Sandra Gonzalez, get out there, vote, vote, vote. Let your voice be heard in the ballot box. Vote, vote, vote. And for Region 2, of course, we want Mrs. Kelly Brent, okay, for Region 2. Mrs. Kelly Brent. Vote, vote, vote. And the other thing that makes me laugh about this, okay, again, whoever did this, you're my best friend. I absolutely love it. Okay, so whoever did this, thank you, because these truths needed to get out there. Okay, and what even gives me a bigger giggle, okay, is that these are the same people, Teri Mickle and Brian Geisweiss people, who are stealing Mrs. Kelly Brent's and Mrs. Gonzalez signs. Okay, they're stomping on them, they're destroying them, they're throwing them in poison ivy, they're throwing them in the woods, they're throwing them in the river, and stealing signs, guys, it's a crime. It's a crime. It's punishable. It's a crime. Stealing campaign signs is a crime. And I'm going to again ask you guys from here to all the way November, if you see anybody stealing signs and you have your phone, record them. Send us here at the Boiling Point the recording, and we will air it. We will air it. Remember, like what when Tony Capranos was caught stealing signs 2 years ago. Remember that. So if you see people stealing signs, even if it's a board member, especially if it's a board member, record it and send it to us here in the boiling point. Okay. So these are the people stealing signs, and their head is on fire because somebody created this yard sign. So they can dish it out, but they can't take it pretty much, you know. And again, for Region 3, guys, you know, we need to get Brian Guys White out. He's allowed this trash, you know, and books like in this category to enter our schools. So our schools right now needs a clean out. Our libraries need a clean out. So let's support the new library policy. And again, get out tomorrow. The poll opens at 7 a.m. They close at 8 a.m. Get out there. If your neighbor needs a ride, get them out there. Bring a friend with you. Vote, vote, vote. This is actually, I would say, the most important election is this year. Okay. Where you're going to either continue and fight and actually, you know, establish common sense back in the West Shore school district, or this is going to go down like the Titanic. And you have that deciding vote. So get out and vote tomorrow. Again, Region 2, Kelly Brent. Region 3, Sandra Gonzalez. And to whoever created this sign, you've become my best friend. This is Mariana from The Boiling Point, signing out.